and it's a wonderful ingredient called hemp. A lot of people hear that and they wonder, hemp, well, what's that? Isn't that something illicit? Isn't that rope? Isn't that? Well, there are a variety of species of hemp. And the hemp that we use is food grade hemp. It's constantly, each batch is checked for purity, for content. It's high quality food content, or food quality. It's high quality food. The amazing thing about hemp is that it is a complete food. If you break it down and you look at all the nutritional elements in it, it's got everything we need, both to build a healthy body and to provide energy for our bodies. We need those two things. It has the essential amino acids. It has all the amino acids. It has all of the sugars, the carbohydrates that are required for both energy and for building blocks. It has an amazing array of minerals and vitamins. It's essentially a whole, complete food. And if you combine frequency with Versativa hemp, you could literally, you get bored with the food over time, although it's very, very good. You could live. With water and these two products, you could sustain life. You could reclaim health and sustain life. And that's an amazing statement if you think about it. How many, where can you go to find two products where you could truthfully say, based on good sound research, that those two products can sustain good human health, can restore a body from disease? I don't know of any two. But that's what's impressive about it. It comes, this is the single serving pack of the frequency, but it comes in a bottle. You can put it in any kind of juice. It isn't disturbed by that. You want to improve its flavor to your taste so that you can take it regularly. The hemp products come again under the Versativa line, and it comes as bars. So you've got these delicious tasting bars with hemp and a multitude of other whole foods included in it to give it flavor and to provide building blocks and energy sources for our bodies. You can also buy it in bags. If you turn around, the bags are up here. There are multiple base flavors. There's blueberry and there's raspberry and there's cherry and so there's some variety. But again, that hemp provides amazing nutrition. What stands out really most about Pulse, and what it's called a Pulse Versativa, what stands out about hemp, mostly is the protein that it provides. We do have amino acids in frequency, but if you talk about bulk necessity for protein in terms of the need to build amino acids and healthy proteins in your body, hemp is where you want to get it. Why do you want to get it from hemp? Hemp by weight is between, it's a 29 and 31% protein. And it's a variety of proteins. But the neat thing about it is that it provides two of the major groupings of protein. One is the fibrous proteins. And I drew some silly cartoons last time. I don't think I'll do it this time. Of the two types, one is again a fibrous protein. They tend to align in parallel, and those are the collagens and the elastins, the cartilage that tend to align and provide macro structures for our body. They reinforce joints. They create joint capsules. They elastin especially lives in skin and creates elasticity of skin. So it's got all that. But what it really excels at is delivering globular proteins, not these rigid, parallel fashion protein sources, but they look like grapes. You look at them in a high magnification, instead of seeing these elastic, these straight parallel arrangements, you'll see little clusters. They look like, again, bunch of grapes. And those are the globular proteins, and those are the more rare proteins that you'll find in food. Why is that important? Well, globular proteins are used by the body not to manufacture the joint elements that we need to have healthy joints, which are important, but they're used at a much smaller level. They're used to build all of the hormones that the body needs to sustain itself. It's an incredibly complex system that we have in our body of hormones. You hear about thyroid hormone and growth hormone. You hear about neurotransmitters, other types of hormones. To put it simply, they have the same essential backbone. But those globular proteins are the main building blocks of the neurotransmitters. Maybe you've heard of dopamine or acetylcholine or monoamine oxidase, things that are commonly talked about in the nutrition literature. They all require globular proteins, and hemp delivers them in abundance. And it delivers, at least our hemp, delivers clean, whole sources of these globular proteins. So it's a wonderful source. Yeah.
So like the marine phytoplankton.
Phytoplankton.
So all hemp is not kind of created equal type of thing?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think you could say just like any product that there is, cars, clothes, whatever, even medications, they're not created equally. Hemp can be raised in depleted soil, and if it's raised in depleted soil, the statements that I made about the completeness of its nutrition, you've got it. That's not accurate. But again, this is analyzed. Each batch is analyzed, and it's critical to the goal, the mission, the philosophy of this organization, Forever Green, to have sources of hemp and other foods that they can call true whole foods. And
so when you say hemp, you're talking about the hemp seed, is that correct?
Hemp seed, I'm so sorry. And that's a good point to say that we're talking about seeds. And why is that important? Because a seed contains every single element that plant requires to do all that it does. You plant the seed, and what happens? It has every element required to grow, to develop its leaves and branching systems, and to grow its fruits. So seeds are probably the best source of whole food that we have. High quality, carefully chosen seeds, especially in this case hemp seeds, are a complete source of the elements that the hemp plant is able to make. So that's a great point that you make, and I'm sorry that I didn't bring it up. We're talking, when I say hemp, substitute hemp seeds, please. And remind me when I talk about